St Albans Sanatorium actually got its start as a Lutheran boys' school. In 1892, Professor George Miles opened the St. Albans Lutheran Boys' School, and he stressed athletics over education, saying that in any sound academy or anything like that, athletics should be a priority, and education comes second. So he went around recruiting the toughest athletes to come to his school, and that was his goal, was to have a big athletics powerhouse for football, baseball, anything like that. And so the school quickly built up a reputation for being really rough, really tough, and it also, for the local area, attracted a lot of the rich people, and not just from the area, but from outside areas. So people from outside areas, they would see this institution, and whether or not they were rich and they wanted their son to attend this big fancy looking institute, or their son was into athletics and they wanted to send him to a good place where he might be noticed by someone professionally, possibly, they sent him here. So the St. Albans Lutheran Boys School brought in a lot of new people and a lot of new wealth to Radford, Virginia. It is said that more than a few suicides occurred here, and something I found interesting when I was researching the Lutheran Boys School, from 1893 to 1903, St. Albans Lutheran Boys School was a frequent opponent of the Virginia Tech football team. And Virginia Tech won all but one of their meetings, and they also were known to play the University of Virginia's football team. Now, it said in 1903, either Professor Miles died or he left. I wasn't able to find something that said he died or lived or anything like that, but 1903 he left, and the school only lasted until 1911 when it finally closed for good and sat vacant until 1915. After 4 years of laying vacant after the boys' school closing, Dr. J.C. King bought the facility in 1915 and established the St. Albans Sanatorium. Now, Dr. King was the former superintendent at the Southwest Lunatic Asylum, and he was appalled by the poor conditions there and vowed to create a facility with excellent conditions and excellent patient recovery. And so he set up St. Albans Sanatorium. And on January 15th, 1916, the first 4 patients were admitted. The sanatorium featured a working farm with vegetable garden, flower garden, a dairy herd, and poultry raising. And this offered the patients employment and recreational therapy. So they got outside and they got to walk around the grounds, and they thought that would relax them, put their mind at ease, calm state. And the sanatorium also provided general care for sick individuals from Radford and became a fully recognized hospital in 1960, with outpatient clinics opening in Roanoke, Blacksburg, and Beckley, West Virginia. Now, in 1990, Carillion Health bought the facilities and they moved it to the newer location off Interstate 81. And St. Albans Sanatorium became vacant in 2003. So there were experimental treatments that were performed here, including electroshock therapy, which the electroshock room at St. Albans is a really active, really creepy location, hydroshock therapy, insulin coma therapy, and many more experiments and different types of therapies were conducted here. So St. Albans Sanatorium did have a high death rate, and some crazy things certainly happened here. And you have to think, by the time St. Albans Sanatorium was established with its first patients in 1916, the medical field, especially for asylums, sanatoriums, things like that, it wasn't that, I guess you could say, humane the way we would look at it now. I mean, looking at it from 2017 perspective, 101 years later, it seems really barbaric. But at the time, that was cutting-edge stuff. That was the new information they had at the time, and they were just experimenting to see what worked. So St. Albans, by the time the 1940s came around, they had treated over 6,000 3,000 patients, but their staff only numbered 48. So that's a low staff number for a high number of patients, and the staff worked 6 days a week, and for any time they had to pull late shift or anything like that, there was housing at St. Albans that the staff could stay. As for whether these were additional buildings or if the rooms were inside, it's not stated. I'm not 100% sure. But St. Albans Sanatorium, especially a sanatorium at that time, saw some really dark history. I'm not for sure how many people exactly died there. And I was able to find mentionings that some of the bodies were moved and sent to their families, the family cemeteries or their hometown cemeteries, but I did not find mentionings or anything like that of a cemetery on the grounds of St. Albans or what they did with the bodies. So if you have any information that I might have missed of the history of St. Albans, feel free to let us know. Any and all information is good to help us prepare for the investigation.